10. That was real nice, Claire.
I know.
You said that best.
Yeah.
9-6.
Good, Sean.
Still 10. Yeah.
Okay.
9-8. Yep. Yeah, it won't.
See, it goes dead straight on that
Yeah,
way.
put on inside.
6-5.
Take one this way.
Go that way. It's especially the wolf.
You're throwing those all so clean.
Nice throw, Claire.
Those are real guys.
Can you throw it inside out, Sean?
Huh?
Can you throw it inside out?
Yeah.
No, do it. You throwing a draw, right?
9-5.
Yeah. Take a little more. Nice.
Clockwise, right?
What?
Clock.
Yep.
Intern here.
Back line.
And then do one. 9-4. Those are perfect.
They look real good, Claire.
There you go.
here. You gotta go, guys. 14-7. Yep. Great shot, Brady. Good job, guys.
Go to their picture and then bring me up. "12 teams arrived in Denver earlier this week. 2 will play for the championship and the chance to be Team USA. From the Denver Curling Club in Golden, Colorado, it's the championship game of the USA Curling Mixed Fours National Championship. In the final today, we have Team Siggins from Mopac. They will be taking on Team Brundage from the Midwest Curling Association. On Team Siggins, we've got Skip Mike Siggins, Vice Claire Blasky, Second Sean Franey, and Lead Brianna Weldon. They'll be taking on Team Brundage. That's skipped by Jed Brundage, Ella Hagenbaugh, Cam Rittenauer, and May Hagenbaugh. They're coached by Kate Hagenbaugh. Team Siggins coached by Brett Curry, and I'm joined for this webcast by none other than Nancy Mall, the chair of the USA Curling Mixed Fours Nationals here at Denver, a force of nature here at the Denver Curling Club.
Yeah.
Nancy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's been a really fun week, and I'm really impressed with your announcing voice, Dean. It sounds pretty official.
Oh, I didn't have it before, right? I just turned it on. So there's a look at the teams getting ready for the final. Sean Olson here, USA Curling Head Ice Tech, and we'll give shout outs to all the Ice Techs. There's Lauren Rich, also on our ice crew. Jeff Sleeman here as well. And David Falco here from the Denver Curling Club, who participated in the event but gave us a great surface to make as Sean arrived. So, Nancy, of course, we're thrilled that USA Curling is able to bring this event to Denver. The plan is to bring it for 2 more years after this one. Is that still on after year 1? You're still excited to do it?
Very much so, and it'll just get better and better. There's always room for little tweaks of improvement, but I think as far as our ice surface goes, what I hear is we pretty much have world-class ice, thanks to Sean and all of the volunteers and Lauren and just everyone. It's been awesome. We're looking forward to the next 2 years.
Yeah, the ice conditions are great, but also the support from your club and the Denver curling community has been terrific. This is my 3rd trip to Denver this year. The U18 Nationals up at Rock Creek, the men's and women's nationals at the Denver Coliseum, and here at the Denver Curling Club for Mixed Fours. It's been a pleasure. I think I'm gonna have to join a league out here though, Nancy, because I seem to be here more than at my home club. So there are the teams getting loose. On the bronze medal game on the adjacent sheet, we've got Team Stolt. That's Peter Stolt, Maureen Stolt, Evan Jensen, and Kim Roden, coached by Jason Pereira. They'll be taking on Team McDonald. Andy McDonald, Zach Brendan, Ella Fleming, and Brian Feldman Jr. They're coached by Patrick McDonald. They're out of Mopac. There's Team Stolt, and there's Team McDonald. Zach Brendan there from North Dakota. So 2 North Dakota players, Zach Brendan and Ella Fleming. Andy McDonald out of Coyotes Curling Club in Arizona, part of Mopac. And Brian Feldman Jr., who actually plays out of the Wine Country Curling Club. So an arena club, and I've been really impressed this week, Nancy, by how well that young man plays for someone who doesn't get a chance to play except largely on arena ice.
Yeah,
So.
that whole team I'm super impressed with. They have, for me at least, not knowing all of them personally as curlers, they've been a big surprise. and I feel like they could have won last night. I really thought that they were going to take that game in the semis. So I guess they're kind of my favorite for the bronze at this point.
This is lead Brianna Weldon getting things started here for Team Siggins. It looks like Brundage won last rock during the LSD before this game. Both of these teams came through the tiebreaker round. Both finished round robin play in their own pools at 3-2. They haven't played each other in this event because they were in different pools, but Siggins had to win a tiebreaker, and as did Brundage. So they're a game up on other teams. So,
and Brundage too, having junior curlers. You know, I'm a big fan of juniors, and you know our junior program here is pretty strong. So I don't even know who I want to win at this point because I'm such a fan of the juniors.
Yeah, we have two young junior players. Jed Brundage actually coaches May and Ella on the Bella on the junior circuit. So it's an opportunity for him actually to play with these young women and learn a little bit more about how they play. Should help them when he's coaching them. Brundage beat Dan Wiesa in a tiebreaker to get into the playoff round. Siggins bested Evan Workin and his team from North Dakota. Those were actually great tiebreaker games. So we got a little bonus curling, Nancy.
Yes, it was. It was fun. The competition has been amazing, and some of the shots yesterday morning, I heard comments here in the warm room about were these the championship games? The shot making was incredible yesterday. Everyone really wanted their spot in these finals.
May Hagenbaugh hits and rolls out. She's the younger sister of Bella and plays with her in junior, as we noted. So Siggins content to go top 4 here in the opening and 8 end games at the Mixed Fours Nationals. Siggins content to play the first end fairly open. Sean Franey second for Team Siggins. This will be his first shot of the opening end.
Going into the house again? Or are they looking for a guard?
I think they're
Looks
playing
going
top
in,
4.
top 4 again.
I think
Here
we'll
we
see
go.
them go top 4. I think we'll see an exchange of hits throughout this
Yes.
end, and Brundage will look to blank. But both teams may be taking the moment to settle in,
Yeah.
adjust to the ice conditions and the nerves of a championship final. So this will be Brundage second, Cam Rittenauer. Cam played with Jed Brundage on the men's circuit. They were actually the 2021 USA Curling Men's Nationals runner-up, competed in the Olympic trials, the following year Olympic trials, with Lance Wheeler from your club as well,
Yes.
Nancy.
Yes. Is Lance here? We
I
should
think-
be getting him on the mic at some point, too.
I think I saw Lance earlier. Lance competed here with David Falco's team. They just missed a spot in the tiebreaker round. Hits will continue here. Siggins started curling in Arizona at the Coyotes Club, and I've been impressed by his, we'll see his tuck delivery here shortly, Nancy.
Yes. Is he not still at Arizona?
He's still in Arizona, yes. But he's a product of that club, started playing here. This
Yeah.
rock's curling hard, but it looks like it has enough to get a piece. So Franey will hit and roll out. Brundage could elect to play a corner guard here, but I think he'll bring it into the rings. So Nancy, what was the biggest surprise about hosting a national championship here at the club?
It actually is easier than a club bonspiel. The ice crew is here taking care of that. Sean and the crew has just been amazing. Officials, you don't have to worry about getting the nameplates out there on the scoreboard. I honestly have been telling everyone how much easier it was than I expected.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to underestimate the volunteer caseload for a national
yeah.
championship, but I do tend to agree with you in that you get a little more, there's a few more resources, and, you know, I've seen 32 teams spiels at my home two-sheet club, and I know how much work that is. It's a bit like
Yeah.
running a restaurant and an entertainment venue for the weekend, and the teams here are here to compete and enjoy the surroundings, but it's not quite the same as a Bonspiel in terms of organization. So I'm glad to hear that,
Yeah.
Nancy.
Getting
We'll just-
sponsors, in a big city where there's a lot of competing sports can kind of be a challenge, but and just getting the word out. But Denver is becoming kind of a little hidden mecca for curling. There's so many people interested, and there's a lot of people here right now that are going to start curling this week and are instructional mini leagues. So, those are future volunteers for us, and it really is all about the volunteers and helping new curlers figure out how to be a good member of the club that they're coming into. I think Denver Curling Rock Creek has done an amazing job with just getting people out there to support USA curling events like this.
You have been terrific. And tell me a little bit, well, that comes up a little short for Hagenbaugh. Now, Siggins will try to use that corner guard to generate a force here in the first end. It's well to the wing, but he thinks he can try to use it. Nancy, tell me about your beginner league, and because I think you have one of the higher conversion rates of
Yes.
participants to members I've heard about. And how does it work?
We set a day. We have our list of people interested, and we set a day and a time that registration opens. And it sold out in 8 minutes this year, 64 curlers.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you get the flurry of emails of disappointed people and how do they get in. And then we immediately start talking to people about what membership looks like and what volunteering looks like, what it looks like just to be part of this community. And all through the summer when they are here learning, they then can go into a member mini league also for the summer, a quick one, and then they're completely ready for the fall. I mean, they're obviously, they have a lot of learning to do, but their confidence level is high. They've figured out what it means to volunteer. Some people jump right into bartending. And last year we had 52% retention from the instructional mini leagues to becoming members.
This is an extraordinary number. Great to hear that. And I'm going to bother you for your template and backup work on this, and we'll share that on the USA Curling content platform that really is close. I keep talking about every webcast, but I'm not an IT person, but we're very close now to launching that. We should thank your local sponsors, Little Richie's, Improper City, Crispin Green, Seasoned Swine, Golden Moon Distillery, and Enstrom's. So thanks to your local sponsors. I know in a market like this, it does get more challenging to find local sponsors.
It does. And I hope all of them, I'm sure most of them will be excited to be a sponsor next year, and we'll just build on it.
So Hagenbaugh makes a nice hit and stick. Siggins will try to repeat that. He's going to hit roll a little bit open, but wide open for Jed Brundage with his out turn.
Blank end is looking more likely with each rock.
So this Brundage team lost the final last year to Caitlin Pulley, so they're hoping to do one game better this year. Same lineup. Siggins is the 2022 USA Curling Men's Club Nationals champion, so he's won a national championship before.
That's impressive. What team was he on?
He skipped the team in 2022. You're going to test me. I have to quickly look up the other teammates. Eric Koval, I think, was one, and Sean Murray was part of that team. I think they had a 5-person team. But I need to get our crack research department now, Nancy, which would be
Google.
which would be me and Google. I'll have a look after this end. So Brundage hits and rolls a little closer to the center. Siggins would like to make this blank just a tiny bit harder for Brundage. Tough to roll behind the guard and be in the rings. So they may try to roll to the center and make the roll out further for Brundage. So we've got 2 tuck deliveries at skip position this game, Nancy. Do you throw tuck?
Gosh, no. No, I don't. But one of our juniors, Caden, who a lot of people have
Caden
gotten
Rose.
to know, Caden Rose, he's here watching. The first time he got in the hack, he was 8 years old. He got right into a tuck and everyone was amazed. Like, how does this kid know to do that? Well, he didn't know. It's just what his body did, and he's been tucking ever since.
There's a good look at Siggins' tuck delivery. I'm actually a big fan of the tuck delivery if you can do it. It's if you think of some of the best players in the game's history, a lot of them have been tuck throwers. I was never able to do it, though. There's a nice
That's
shot.
a nice shot.
Still open for Brundage, but he has to be a little careful with it. It's a big roll. He has to roll big now to roll out and blank the end. So Brundage will try to peel this out, the skip peel, and blank the opening end. The Hagenboss sisters competed at both the U18s up at Rock Creek, just up the road here, I guess. Is that right up the road, Nancy? Is that about
40
accurate?
minutes. 40
Somewhat
minutes
accurate
up
to
the
say
road.
up the
Yep,
road.
up the road.
They were at the U18s, which will be at Rock Creek through 26, and they were also at the U21 Junior Nationals, where we had a great week at the Broomstones Curling Club in Wayland, Massachusetts. Big thanks to Dick Dawson and Jen Shumakov, who chaired that event. So he's hit this thin enough. Looks like
There
that'll
it
go
goes.
pretty easily. So opening end will be a blank, so make the score 0-0. Brundage, Siggins, as we head to the second end. We'll be right back with that. Okay. Good. You got another end, Nancy?
Sure.
All right.
Eric texted me. He was like, "Give the sponsors a shout out." You
I
already did. Yeah. Yeah.
I went and took a picture in the men's room, which I had to. Evan was in there, and I had to tell him it wasn't weird. I was taking a picture in the men's room. So they're just the quickest way for me to get these. We're back, 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours National Championship here at the Denver Curling Club in Golden, Colorado. Are we Golden or Lakewood here, Nancy? We're right
We
on the
are
border.
Golden.
Right, we're right in the border, though, aren't we? I've discovered
We
while I'm
are.
here.
I think the border's maybe 800 feet down the road. I just started playing front ends this year. I started to train specifically for it so I could play on a women's team for seniors and club nationals. So I'm always watching carefully on the strategy for lead, especially my position, and wondering if that was supposed to be a center line guard or are they still just going in the house.
I think they brought that in. Both teams content here to not press the issue early in the game. This is May Hagenbaugh with her first in the second end. 0-0. Brundage looking to do one better than they did at the 2022 USA Curling Mixed Fours Nationals, and Siggins hoping to bring the Mixed Fours Championship to Mopac. This team, Siggins and his third, Claire Blasky, are both from Coyotes. Sean Franey and Brianna Weldon here are from your home club here, Nancy,
Yes.
the Denver Curling Club.
We were talking about how we might have to split up the trophy somehow.
So in regional playdowns, teams
Gotta
can
win it
elect to have two players from one area and two from another. So that's why this team played out of the Mopac area. Mopac also had the most entries in the regional playdowns, which is exciting. They had the most entries in regional playdowns and for mixed fours and club nationals. So in both events with the 12-team field, the region with the most entries gets an extra berth, and that's why Andy McDonald, also from Mopac, is playing against Pete Stolt from Minnesota on the adjacent sheet in the bronze medal game.
They are representing Mopac very well, both playing for medals.
Well, we don't have a lot to talk about on the ice here yet, Nancy.
No,
so we'll
there's,
continue to talk about things like
nice-
conversion rates and overall membership numbers. So, no, I heard after COVID the membership dipped here, but you're back up again, correct?
Oh, yes, we are back up, and actually the Jefferson County Health Department came to the club and evaluated how we operated, and never completely shut us down. We were still, even when the county said, hey, you could only have 16 or 30 people in the building at a time, we could still have juniors, we could still have practice ice. So aside from March to August of 2020, after that, we were open for 22 months straight.
So you didn't close. You know, limited capacity was a difficult time for curling clubs
Yeah.
everywhere, but good to hear how you navigate it. Franey and Weldon also used to curl at the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club in now in Oakland, based in Oakland before they were here. So they have Mopac roots from there as well.
Yes.
Exciting to see that club up and going. Looks like now, though, Brundage is hit and rolled for the corner guard. And it looks like Siggins will now
Going
call
for
for
the
the center. And we'll have some action after this. So Brundage with a corner guard he could utilize. Siggins elects to play the center line guard. Franey, his second in the second end.
I'm actually a big fan of Sean's delivery. He's so consistent in that little extra he gives.
A little positive release, certainly
Very.
something that's necessary on championship ice. You'll see most top players with that positive finish. We did have, you know, obviously at our national championship events, we're always working to make the ice fast and curl a lot. So for some, it was an adjustment early in the week, Nancy.
Yeah, for sure. That 9 minutes before the game is pretty critical.
9-minute practice
9
time
minute
before each
practice.
game. I do know, I'm guessing that your ice tech, David Falco, provides a pretty great surface throughout the year, though. So
Yes.
Sean Olson said it was great to come in here. He didn't have to do a whole lot to bring it to championship level.
Yeah, I know Dave was here many days just walking up and down the ice, looking for the tiniest imperfections to fix in advance of Sean getting here.
So Rittenauer slips to the back of the button. Franey or Mike Siggins will now ask Claire Blasky to come down to that stone. Rocks in play.
Mountain Pacific curling.
Question here from our tech gurus. Mountain Pacific Association, that's the MOPAC region. So that encompasses most of California, Arizona. There's some other clubs in there too. I believe there's a club in
Is it
Idaho
Utah?
that is moving to, Utah is part of MOPAC as well. So Blasky, a touch heavy, bounces off, and Brundage remains shot. He's going to elect to ignore the Siggins stone in the forefoot and lock one on his own. I like this call. How
I
about
like
you,
this
Nancy?
call
Yeah,
a lot,
There you go.
actually. You really don't need to deal with that Siggins rock yet.
A lot of players would opt to play the hit and roll here, but I like the aggressive call here by Brundage. Hagenbaugh with her first, second end. Weight looks close.
Looks really good.
If anything, it may
A little
over curl.
heavy. Coming straight back, though. Oh, not the results you want. It gives him a nice little pocket to come to.
So a little heavy, over curled slightly, and now Siggins with a chance to lock one in there himself. He'll ask Claire Blasky to do that. Franey and Weldon with the brushes. Weldon goes into the rings when Siggins throws and holds the broom. This rock has some curling to do. Should finish hard, but it does have a way to walk over. Weight looks close, though. Maybe a little heavy.
Yeah. Little, yeah, not bad.
That will work.
Sean and Bree did a really great job of reading the weight and that line call from Mike.
So Brundage looking for back ring weight here. Back 8 would just like to unlock that red from his own yellow. Leave his rocks in play, but does need to unlock the yellow far enough so that he can get at that red stone. Bella Hagenbach.
I think at club level playing, you don't often see this shot. I know as I've trained more and gotten a little better, I've noticed this, that people are afraid to call shots like this. Like a regular club player might just draw to the other side, and which is still not a bad shot, but thinking in advance of how to get rid of those reds using the next rocks. At the club level, recreational curling, we don't always see these types of calls.
Well thrown stone, but I think the results still favor Siggins here. The angles are still in Siggins' benefit. It's hard to see how that red stone goes that far yet. The red stone that I think is currently shot rock by about an inch. But Brundage will try to, or Siggins will try to bring another one in, I think, is his plan here. Try to lie
Does he,
two.
peel that red guard?
I don't think he wants to peel the red guard at this juncture. The red guard's helping him, if anything, right now. So I think he'd like to bring another one in with the outturn. A chance to lie two. Locked on yellow stones.
Brundage
Yeah.
peel the
Brundage could consider it.
I mean, he's around skip rocks, so
Siggins now waiting for this rock to curl. They like the weight now. Franey sweeping to hold it straight.
this looks pretty darn good.
Weldon says still curl. This is going to finish
Wow.
nicely, I think.
That is,
It's a great shot from Mike Siggins.
and the warm room.
And now angles really
Clapping and
favor Brundage.
cowbells.
Let's listen in and see if we can catch some of what Jed Brundage says. You see him motioning. Brundage, often a man of few words in the rings, but he's talking a little bit more here with his young vice. He's soft-spoken. I remember when I did the webcast for the 2021 Men's Nationals in Wausau in a bubble situation, and Brundage would often just stare at his teammates as they offered
Yeah.
advice rather than say anything back.
Is this a situation where you concede one, potentially?
Well, I think he's going to try to hit the outside of this red stone and try to get as much action in there as he can. I think he recognizes that Siggins will probably be lying at least one after this, but can at least make his last shot a little easier, open up some space here.
Right.
I think this will be moving. Jed Brundage, his first, second end, in a bit of trouble. And not the result they
no.
wanted there. So now,
Okay.
now Siggins lies too. Sean Franey in to weigh in as well.
I like something top four. What do you think?
There is an opportunity to draw an even lie three with all of them frozen in there. They talk about the corner freeze as well. Well, not quite lie three, I'm sorry. I had the rings backwards. But there is a corner freeze on that yellow. Makes it really difficult to see how Brundage scores.
Right.
So this end's gone all Siggins' way so far. Now he'll try to corner freeze on the Yellowstone belonging to Brundage, just in the top four. After Brundage flashes on his first.
Yeah, I don't see what option Jed has to save the end here.
Siggins. Franny and Blasky
Looks
think
a
it's a little strong.
strong.
Now they're talking about bringing it to that back yellow. They really don't want to change the angles they currently have too much
Oh,
and give Brundage some sort of out here, which they
Oh,
may have
they
done.
may have. Okay, so he may just save the end.
Still hard to see how Brundage scores here, but he may be able to limit the damage to 1. Oh, he does have that. So he's entertaining, chiseling his own yellow there into that pocket, Nancy.
Yes.
Difficult to see how far that. He's pointing that red stone just half in the button. Probably doesn't go very far. Another option. He's entertaining the around the world option here. Hit a
I
bit
do
of the
like
red,
that.
most of the yellow, and hope that your shooter bounces up and into the button area. Shades of Hammy McMillan.
So what kind of weight would you throw for that?
But really, we just try to play to get this here.
Here we go. Here's Jed.
Oh, he's going. Okay.
So I think he's going to play this chisel on his own yellow, try to at least limit the damage to 1. The around the world, you'd have to throw pretty hard. Be exciting to see, but this is probably the smarter play. If he could limit the damage to 1, he probably would feel pretty good about this outcome, considering where this end could have gone. But another tough one here for Jed Brundage. In some trouble, facing 2. Team Brundage, Jed Brundage, last shot, second end, 0-0 game.
Close. Oh. 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 Curl. Push. Push. Hard.
Trying to work this rock over now.
Pretty good. Okay.
And successful outcome. Great shot by Jed Brundage. Limits the damage to 1. That will make the score 1-0, Nancy,
Yep.
after 2 ends of play. 1-0 Siggins over Brundage. I want to thank you for joining us,
Thank
Nancy,
you.
and thank you for everything this week you did for us and leading up to this. It's been a pleasure to work with you on this event, and looking forward to doing
It's
it the
been
next
an
2 years
honor.
as well.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
you soon.
All right, thanks, Nancy. Car's off. We're back, third end action here at the 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours Nationals, and I'm joined for this end, and maybe one more, by Dan Wiesa and Nicole Bookout, the Wisconsin Mixed Fours National Champions, who had a good run here. Dan, Nicole, welcome.
Thanks for being here, dude.
It was a pleasure to watch your team this week. You were 3-2 in pool play and lost the tiebreaker game to Brundage, correct? Do I have that right, or am I wrong here?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
We played them in round robin, won an extra end. We played them last night in tiebreaker and lost an extra end.
Wow, that's a tough one.
Yes.
So one of the things here is we have the one tiebreaker round rule that the WCF uses. So there was one tiebreaker round, and you came up against Brundage, lost in an extra end. So obviously teams evenly matched. Tell me about your week otherwise, despite that final tiebreaker game loss. How did it go?
We had a great week. The ice has been fantastic. The play was all, I'd say, really, really evenly matched throughout the week. Every game felt very close, and for us, I think we had some strong games. Obviously, a couple shots I wish we could take back, but I'm sure everyone would say the same thing.
Anytime you're not playing on Sunday, you always think back to the shots that could have gotten you here.
Yeah, it's that's the nature of curling, right? I mean, even the best players in the world play in more events and don't win events than win them. So We just saw Bruce Mowat from Scotland start out 0-4 at a Grand Slam. So
0-5.
0-5, yeah. So we never know how things are going to go. But yeah, so excited to have you guys from Wisconsin. We had teams here this week from all over the country. Alaska, the great state of New Jersey, which I have to mention, my home club, Plainfield Curling Club. North Dakota, Michigan, Colorado, Minnesota. Wiesa and Book out here from Wisconsin, California, Arizona, Seattle. Should mention your other two teammates. I'll let you guys do that. Who else did you play with this week?
So vicing for me was Steph Erstad, and playing second was Paul Ryan.
So Siggins puts 2 into the center in the 4-foot. Corner guard is up, and Brundage will elect to use that here. How would you describe Brundage's style of play in the 2 games you played against him?
It varied end to end. We had a lot of fairly open ends, a lot of hitting. But once we started mixing up, throw some guards, we just played head to head pretty closely. Like I said, just a few shots here and there. 2 extra end games. Anybody could win those.
I have to say, I am very impressed with May and Bella's play. You know, seeing these younger players come in with this level of talent it's so impressive, and their hit weights are outstanding.
Were they 15 and 17 years old?
Yep.
Yeah, they're a couple of bright young talents. The coach of this team for this event is Kate Hagenbaugh. Like I said, Jed Brundage coaches them on the junior circuit. I've been impressed with both of them all year. I know they put a lot of time into the game, the 2 sisters, and it pays dividends. As I get older, I get more and more annoyed by juniors who play so well.
Well, before last night's game, while they were out there practicing, I asked their mom, like, "Are the girls nervous at all?" She goes, "No." I said, "Well, why not?"
Yeah, they are. They do manage their nerves really well. Siggins, though, out to help as they're working this one hard. Franie's, it's going to come up a little short and bounce off the guard. Opportunity Brundage now. There's the 5 rock rule in play, right? In previous years, we may have seen Siggins come up and peel that corner guard. Maybe not, but he could have. Cam Rittenauer. Rittenauer, another player who came to curling relatively late in life. He was a college place kicker at Minnesota State. I like to, whenever he's on, I think he did kicked a 61-yard field goal in college. Did you know that, Dan?
He told me that more than once.
Yeah. Cam's a great guy. Builder of the game, runs a couple of cash deals. Has started an arena club and part of the effort to start an arena club. He would say he's just part of that effort. They have a great group in Fergus Falls, Minnesota, getting curling going there. So builder of the game, active with Curling Stadium, who we use as a webcast partner in 3 national championships. So great to see Cam, who's obviously brought some athleticism to the game and has picked it up pretty quick. When did both of you start curling?
I started in 06.
Wow.
Just playing a Friday night league the first 2 years before I really
Great
became
shot by
addicted to
Franny
it.
there.
I was, I have to look back, seven or 8 years ago. I think it was 7 years at this point. So still pretty fresh to me.
Well, impressive for both of you, to be perfectly honest, because you know, Nicole, you've played in 2 national championships this year, club nationals.
This is my 3rd
What
year, actually.
What did I miss?
Mixed doubles.
Mixed doubles,
clubs.
right? Yes, you played mixed doubles, and Dan has done the same thing. Seniors though as well, Dan, right?
Correct.
So yeah. So Dan, you didn't play club nationals. It was seniors.
Yeah, we lost in the semifinals of our state played on for
Right.
clubs.
So I'm always impressed by players who come to the game a little later in life, quite frankly, and put the time in and get good in a short amount of time. So good for you. So, sorry, go ahead, Nicole.
So that's the great thing about curling, right? You can come in at this point in life and still be competitive and play in events like this. So that's what I love about it.
I would say I like to have started when I was a teenager, like 20 years before I actually did, and maybe I would actually be a very good curler then.
Well, there are certainly advantages when you start early, because you have a time in your life you can throw 200 rocks a day and your body doesn't mind. And I started as a young player, then took some time away, and I think it was a bit of an advantage when I came back to the game, in that some of that muscle memory was built in. But you're right, you can start at any time in life, and if you're willing to put some time in and commit to it, become a good player and compete at the highest levels. So Brundage looking for a hit and roll now out of his 3rd, Bella Hagenbaugh. Bella skips a junior U21 level. This rock looks like it's over curling. Now they're hoping to save it. Must have just got it started a bit. Dan, you also had a successful run at the Senior Nationals, losing the semifinal there,
Correct.
winning the bronze medal.
Yes,
Playing
we
with
did.
Paul Pustavar,
First year playing with them.
the wily veteran, Paul Pustavar. Did you learn any wily veteran moves?
Oh, yes, he's very prepared. Gets the players prepared. First spiel I played with him back in January or February. Gives me a book, handouts, things to read, brush up on. Just a lot of mind things.
Really, Pustavar makes you read a book before you start playing with him.
He gave me a book.
He gave you a book.
There was no test
I
on
think
it
there
or
was a
anything.
quiz. I
There
think
was-
there was a quiz.
I did not take a quiz. Maybe I never.
Even if he didn't say it was required reading, it sounds like it might have been.
I did read all the handouts though.
So a nice draw there by Blasky. She'll line those up. They'll be first and second with a lot of separation. That forces Brundage to go around that corner guard now. He was hoping to try to find a way to bring his other Yellowstone into play, and I think now he's looking to try to build a deuce this way. See the amount of curl in the ice by where Brundage puts the broom. Hagenbach, her second, third end.
I expect her to make a very good shot here. She did that against us both games.
Line looks close. I think they have to get tight to the guard, though. It might be a fraction heavy. It is going to be tight to the guard, that's for sure. Can they get a bye now?
No.
Looks like it will just wreck and bounce into the open. Will be shot, so Siggins will need to make a play on it. Siggins entertaining the double. Of course, if he hits it a bit thick, Dan, he still gets a nice roll behind cover.
I think he's afraid if he notices it, he might Judd be both watering for a triple then.
True enough. Could leave him a triple or a double back that would bring a three into play. So he does have to be careful with how he plays this. That's a good point.
I don't think Judd's ever met a triple he didn't like, so I'd hate to give him a chance at one.
Jed, while not a junior curler, not a junior men's curler, falls into that realm of loving to throw a high heat. I was at the Junior Nationals. Whenever I asked any Junior Nationals player what they like to throw, it was usually hard.
Like the difference with Jed is he's very good at making them. A lot of younger skips that like to throw the high heat. You want to give them those shots because they don't make them very often. But Jed, he converts a lot more than he misses.
Siggins outturn. It looked like he may have set this back a little bit, Dan. Oh, stuffs
All right.
it. Good result for him. Doesn't get the double, but leaves it behind the corner guard. Is an option here, though, now for Brundage. A little more exposed.
British cannot get shot buried here, though, so.
Yeah, it'll have to be corner frozen to be shot. But corner frozen, half behind the guard would be good. And certainly bring a 2 into play. Got a nice crowd in here Sunday morning in Denver. This game starting at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Brundage, his first shot, third end. Trying to build a deuce here.
Got to curl a long way.
Rittenauer, they haven't really laid a brush to it, just cleaning it so far. Might be a touch heavy. Can't bounce here. It's close. Oh, now they're going to try to wrap it around. Probably a good last-minute adjustment, but ends up open for Siggins. What's your favorite shot to throw? Nicole first. What's your favorite shot?
Oh, man. I'm a draw to the button girl all day.
All right.
I like that mixed doubles play.
And Dan, what's your favorite shot to throw?
Any shot to win the game.
Those are good ones. As long as it's not a run triple. I like an open hit to win the game. I'll say for me as a right-hander, this inside-out in-turn is one I always struggle with. And
I'm always worried that the curl on these, it's so unpredictable sometimes.
it's really easy to get it going for a right-hander. You come at the broom from the hack on that side. And I always tell people you have to be really conscious of not sliding tight and letting it go. It looks to be on the broom, but starts curling early. So Siggins will manage that. Looks like he consciously makes sure he gets it out there. Ooh, it's curling though.
For me on this type of ice, when you're on the center line, you're not sure exactly when it's going to start breaking. It seems like it
Oh, he just
curls a
skinnies
lot.
it.
off
Just
the
gets
center
by
line.
and leaves a great leave, forcing Brundage with a draw. Needs full 8 to score 1 against 3. So almost thought I talked Siggins into setting that one inside, but he just papers the guard and leaves. It's a great shot. So Brundage, last rock, third end. He's trailing by 1. He's drawing against 3.
Like one point to make here is the 4 teams that are left right now, I think they may be the 4 best sweeping teams.
Well, you just threw your teammates under the bus, Dan,
He's probably not wrong.
including your wife. This is really, I didn't know this would get dark so fast. But Brundage now draw against 3. Waiting for it to curl here. Weight should come off as it starts to curl. Cleaning it. They feel pretty good about it, I think. Rittenauer now right off, though. Maybe should have been right off earlier. Is it going to grind up? And it will. So well done by Jed Brundage. Make the score 1-1 after 3 ends here at the mixed fours national championship. Fourth end, 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours National Championship. We've started calling it the Mixed Fours, by the way, to separate it from the Mixed Doubles. What do you guys think of that?
I like that. That definitely takes away from the confusion, I think, for a lot of people.
I particularly got tired of people saying which mixed, and I would say the regular mixed, which never sounded right. So I like Mixed Fours, Mixed Doubles. It's a bit like rugby sevens, say. So trying to make that part of the lingo. Brundage looking for a centerline guard. Fourth end. Brundage starting with the hammer. Now has lost the advantage of hammer.
So we played 6 games. We never had the tick roll coming into effect at all.
Yeah, the no-tick rule. If the rock's touching the center line, you can't move it, the other team. So I think I like that rule, Dan. I don't know what you think of it, but it's I think, another improvement.
I think I do like it based on being able to control the last couple ends. It makes it more wide open, so if you don't have the hammer, better chance to steal.
Well, and I think what we realized over time was in good ice conditions, the tick shot actually became fairly routine. At one time, we used to throw the tick shot with hack weight, and it was a real precise shot, but it reached a point where, as long as you moved that stone, it was pretty effective.
Can I bring my teammates back from underneath the bus?
Yes.
So we did play 1 tick shot this week because the other team's first rock was not touching the center line. Nicole threw it perfectly, threw a perfect tick shot.
That's the marriage save right there from Dan
I
Wiesa.
guess we'll let that one go. All right. We did have one, where we did nick that center guard. I nicked it. It was touching center line, but it just feathered it enough where it was still touching center. So
It didn't move off
it
center.
didn't enough.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The other thing some people don't realize is if the non-offending team can leave it as it plays. There was a moment in junior nationals when I thought the team probably should have done that, but maybe not have considered that just because it's a relatively new rule.
Just touching the house. This is fine. We just get
Yeah,
out
just like
bounce.
when mixed doubles changed where the stationary rocks went, and especially the power play, it took a while for people to figure out how to play with the power play with the hammer and without the hammer, and depending on the situation.
Yeah, we see with the power play, the team without the power play will try to tick that corner guard over. Even ticking it into the rings is a productive
Where's
shot.
Rock?
So
Where are we?
we'll see if the no-tick rule comes in on that
Looks like it's
format. So they're trying to freeze on the top yellow, but it might be a little heavy for that. Now Siggins calling the audible, going to freeze on his own stone. Tight, though. Might be bouncing here. Weldon will bounce off the high yellow.
Normal?
I am still curious to find out if Siggins ended up at Arby's this week or not. I have to say they had the most creative bio of any team here.
Siggins is a chef at Pasta Brioni in
Oh, is
Arizona.
that where that came from?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
a chef at Pasta Brioni in Arizona.
Yep.
That's their sponsor, and you can look that restaurant up. We always like to shout out any curling sponsor, so look them up when you're in the Phoenix area. Looks like close to making the double here. Rittenauer makes the double. So now with two Brundage stones out front, I think Siggins will
I think we just clean it up.
elect to go to work on those.
Do you want to make
Go
this
for
or
the
do you want to
center
make
guard,
this?
try to get two of them.
Okay. Make sure we kill the top one. No guards.
So Mike wanting to make sure they kill the top one, but would like to get some action on the rocks in the rings. You ever hear the adage that double peels by seconds win games?
Yes, I have.
Not Sean's best delivery, I don't think. They might be playing the Brooklyn side here now. And they are. They'll get the Brooklyn side. Won't get the action they were looking for.
I expected more heat from Sean on that shot.
Well, I think he had to bail on it a little bit. Little wobble coming out, but he makes the peel.
Which turn do you like? Okay.
Cam Rittenauer is second, fourth end. Tie game.
Tight.
Seems the early call might have been tight, so they're trying to hold this out a bit.
Yep. Make sure it's over.
Now it looks pretty good. So he'll be just over. Does the
That's a great
job.
spot.
Might be able to get inside on the high yellow though, Dan.
Yeah.
You can. I don't know what that'll actually do
Oh yeah,
for you.
it's just half a rock, or it's even here.
Yeah, high guards will try to get both of them there in the
You can
12
also
foot
do
here.
this with soft weight. I don't like that. I like this. Let's just hammer it. Yeah.
So Siggins on the same page as you, Dan. He doesn't like that.
No, I think he's going with your shot.
That might be why he's on the ice right now and we aren't.
No, I think he's actually, he didn't like my shot. I was thinking you get to the inside and maybe move and keep your shooter around. He's going to try this little slash double.
Got it.
Doesn't get it quite enough, but does certainly open up the scoring area.
Yeah, you can't see him. Let me call this.
I think you like the slash double. The guard's so long right now that
It's
it's,
like top 12.
yeah, that's why Judd's suggesting
Maybe even
top 12.
Like 8 foot. This don't want to set up some kind of a double. So we're here. It's pretty flat. You want to mess with that, or we just?
Brundage, not one of the more loquacious skips in the game, Dan, but
What
gives
does that
us
word
some
mean?
chatty. Verbose.
Both our games, we chat up pretty good, though, during the game.
No, Jed's a great guy. I kid with him, but he has the same placid demeanor throughout a game. So
Yep. How much?
Brundage was a baseball player. I think a pitcher, pretty good.
Unlike Cam, he didn't flaunt his talents from earlier days.
No. This rock, though, is going to come up short from Hagenbaugh. You will see Jed anytime he's near a phone in the evening. He's usually watching a Milwaukee Brewers game.
I like this other turn. I do too.
Hey, he's sporting the Brewers hat and Brewers pullover. You can't see it underneath his team jacket now, but that's his on-ice apparel.
Siggins with an opportunity now, though. 2 centerline guards. He's going to put those to work, and he'll ask his third Blasky to do that. Lefty
Room right now.
might be able to get one where somebody can't get at it with the right hand out turn. He's got some serious curling to do, though.
It's got a curl ton.
Did you have any lefties on your team, Dan?
Not
At any of your events this year?
I don't, not that I can remember
No?
offhand. No lefty teammates.
No lefty teammates.
That's fine. 14-3. Nice wait.
I've had lefty teammates in league curling, but not in playdowns yet.
So Brundage now will try to hit and roll. He'll be behind the tee line, but would like to hit and roll buried. Could also choose to hit and roll rock to the right as we look at it.
I think that's what he wants on this one.
Yep. Yep.
Hagenbaugh, Rittenauer puts the brush down. I don't think they'll be rolling wide.
Yep. Whoa.
Now he might be just playing for nose.
That's good, dog.
So Hagenbaugh noses.
Gotta be here. All right.
Funny story with Mike earlier. One of our staff members was looking at his email. We were trying to get the Club Nationals trophy from him, and somebody said, I have an email here from Mike Pastabrioni. Mike Siggins. We solved that pretty quickly, but yeah.
Okay, it's gonna over curl though. Whoa. Never
Blasky.
over curl. Yep. Yep. Hard
Rock
three.
has some curling to do. Now they're trying to hold it for curl, hold it for line. Looks close for the freeze.
Yeah, they got it. It's there.
I think Franey said back 12, so they're going to be moving it a little bit. Pretty good result. Let's hear what Brundage has to say. So with the hit and roll under, creating the possibility of a jam, he'll try to hit and roll open as well. If he makes this shot, Dan and Nicole, what would you play with your next one? If he hits and rolls open on your next one, what would you play?
I'd probably play the out turn, draw to the 4 foot behind both the center guards.
Bury it behind
Yeah.
those guards. Yeah.
Depends how far he rolls here. He can be shot 8 foot, touching 4 foot. As long as you're double buried there.
And this is one of these shots for Brundage. You don't really have a good way to take away something from Siggins on his next. If Siggins makes that draw, you have to make a tough shot back.
Right,
You
so
can't-
No, this is a situation where both of his center guards are actually hurting him. He can still give up the deuce here.
Correct. Brundage, his first shot, fourth end, 1-1 game. So successfully executed. And Siggins will put the broom down for the shot that we all like here.
Like that? Yep.
Makes me look like I know what I'm talking about sometimes when I call a shot ahead of time.
Nailed it, Dan.
Doesn't always happen.
But he's got to be feeling the pressure on this shot, though. If you're sitting exposed at all, I mean, there are a lot of yellow rocks in play.
Yeah, he definitely wants to make this one so he's not facing a big number with his last big shot from Team McDonald over there in the adjacent sheet. Gets a applause from the crowd here at the Denver Curling Club. So Siggins hoping to set up a Skip's deuce here with a good one.
Okay, it's really gotta work.
should move.
It's all you. It's really still got a curl. Do we need the backing? Do we need the backing?
Will start to move as the weight comes off.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
But it looks a little strong now. Will it bury?
No, we're not.
May as well try to make sure it's fully buried. I don't want it to take that just a fraction deeper. Maybe leave room for 2, Dan. No. Well, Brundage is going to hit.
A little hack to board weight.
Yeah, that's right. Nicole, I think so. I don't know about you, Dan, but I always find, or Nicole, I always find icing for hack weight to be the hardest thing to do when I skip.
Definitely.
Yeah, I threw one yesterday. Had a shot for 3 against Jed, right down the center line. I felt like I threw nice hack weight. It just ran the center line the whole way, and I just feathered it and ended up getting 2.
Brundage, last rock of his, 4th end. Siggins has another.
Oh, gotta move. Curl. Hard.
This rock has some curling to do.
Hard.
Cam Rittenauer trying to carve it. Can he get it over far enough? So just as I talk about the challenge of hack weight and icing for it, Brundage doesn't get the curl he expected. Maybe a little more than hack weight there.
Maybe a little more, but yeah, just like mine yesterday, it looked like it just ran down the center line trough. Didn't want to move at all.
Yeah, my 10-cent head, if I'm skipping, gets in the way whenever I throw hack, and I can't figure out, and I question it, and we'll typically do what Jed just did there, overthrow it ever so slightly. All right, Siggins, last shot, 4th end. He's looking to score 2 and take a 3-1 lead here at the break.
We're outside. To the yellow, we gotta work. Really gotta work.
Doesn't really want to play to backing here, but they might need it.
Well then. Mike's calling you out.
You gotta go.
You gotta try.
Hanging out there again.
Now they're going to try to carve it over, and it looks like Siggins will be heavy as well, and that will leave just a score of 1 for Team Siggins at the break. 2-1 after 4 ends of play. 4th end break here at the Mixed Fours Nationals Playdowns. Dan and Nicole, thanks for joining me for 2 ends. Enjoy the rest of this game, and good luck with all your curling next year and whenever else it takes you. And we'll be back after the 4th end break with 5th end action.
It's nice and quick. Line's nice. Stay close. It's got to be full 8. Yeah. Line's good. Line's good. Wait only. Doesn't need anything. All on its own. Good. Okay. I didn't know it was that good.
Like this, Drew? Okay. I'm gonna go pee. Where? Yep. 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 Beautiful throw. Well, wait, really good weight.
We're back. The 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours Nationals here at the Denver Curling Club in beautiful Golden, Colorado. There's David Falco waving to the crowd apparently behind the glass. Hi, David. Their ice maker, and Lauren Rich back there too, I see. So the other ice crew out fixing the ice here in between games. I'm joined by John Siegel from Anchorage, Alaska. John, welcome to this webcast.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Real pleasure to have you. Now, before I dive into all things Anchorage, I wouldn't be – oh, there's our webcast team. I wouldn't be doing my job as CEO of USA Curling if I didn't mention merchandise. So we had a great week here selling merchandise. We've got a lot of Columbia USA Curling merchandise. I wish we had a few more sizes here. We sold a little hotter than we expected, but I will tell everyone listening that the online store is officially open. We have new stuff coming in shortly, and we'll be shipping it out of Eagan, Minnesota. But if you go to usacurling.org, shop, go to our online store, Columbia, USA Curling branded apparel, and other items on the way there. So, fifth end getting underway. Brianna Weldon, lead for Team Siggins, getting things started. As she does that, John, let's talk a little bit about the ambition that's in Anchorage, Alaska, and the plans or the hopes for a new curling facility.
That's right. So a lot of folks know we have a 1960s era two-sheet club, and it's an aging facility, and we're curling with about 250 members right now. So we're stretched to the limits. Recently, last summer, we received a very generous anonymous $1 million gift, and the request was that we get a new curling facility with that money. So we're working pretty hard right now with various government entities and potential partners to try to determine what it is we want and where we want it to be and what it will be. So, probably somewhere in the range of a 4 to 6 sheet club. We're trying. Our current club is located up on a hill, sort of at the far north end of town. There are a lot of folks that would like to see it more central. There's the potential that we end up with 2 clubs. I mean, we think the demand is there.
That's exciting. We share humble 2-sheet clubs. My home club in New Jersey, built in the 60s, 2 sheets, about 240 to 250 members as well. What we don't have is that anonymous $1 million donation, though, John.
It really helps.
I'm going to hope for that as soon as I get back. But that's great news. And I know that Anchorage community, Jessica Schultz, a 2-time Olympian, is out at Anchorage, and I'd love to see that be part of that. I know we've talked with you and Ty a bit, and we'll help however we can. I wish USA Curling had $1 million to give you, but I'm going to tell you right now we don't. But maybe one day, one of my long-term plans, or one of the things I think USA Curling needs, is some sort of building fund that we fund through donors and can help clubs out in situations like this. That's something that would be part of a long-term strategic plan. Brundage now will go around this corner guard. Now, were you in Brundage's pool this week, John? I know you had
We never saw them. We stuck to the A pool, and the only way we met anybody was at the bar this week from Pool B.
Well, I think you're underselling yourself, because I do believe you beat Team Siggins in round-robin play.
Yeah, and I don't want to say that I'm rooting for Siggins here, but
you're going to hope Siggins wins, and then you're going to claim
it's going to be my claim to glory.
You'll claim that you're the runner-up.
That's right.
In the event.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a big win for you against Siggins. In fact,
exciting.
It almost cost him a playoff spot. He had to go through the tiebreaker round. So,
I apologize for that.
No, you guys played. That was an exciting game and round robin play and fun to watch. So,
Well, that's a big deal for us. It's a first-time national event for all of us. And I should mention that one of our members is out of the Fairbanks Curling Club, our vice, Courtney Miklos. So we're representing 2 clubs.
yeah, the Fairbanks Curling Club, a great 6-sheet facility. We've had national championships there in the past. Would love to bring something back there again. Or maybe in the future in Anchorage when you have your 6-sheet facility or 2 4-sheet facilities or whatever, maybe you get another $1 million donation. I don't know, John. But, yeah, that's love to get back up there and bring an event up there. I've been personally really happy this year because we had Alaska representatives at the Club Nationals. We have Alaska representatives at the 5 and Under Nationals next week in Hibbing. So it's been great post-pandemic, to get back in the swing with Alaska teams in our national championship.
A huge portion of our membership in Anchorage is under 5. So with that, there's a lot of excitement and growth in the club, but also perhaps a little bit of a lack of experience. And so we're excited to see, the club grow both in terms of the physical, format of the facility and also membership and experience.
So Brundage will try to run this stone back. Siggins stone up front. He'll ask Cam Rittenauer to do that. Now tell me a little, is Anchorage itself growing? And forgive me for not knowing that, but is it growing itself?
I think we lost about 8 people last year. It's holding steady. It's around, it's around 350,000 people. If you count the Wasilla, Palmer, Valley area to the north, we're probably pushing, 400,000 out of 750,000 people in the state are in that general area.
Right. And how did you travel here to Denver?
We had to go, we took an airplane, and we went to Portland in the red eye. So we were a little tired when we got here. So you usually can't go anywhere without going to Seattle or Portland first.
Right. Yeah, it's fascinating to me how Alaskans just hunker down with that travel and don't complain about it. Everybody else wanders in talking about how tired they are.
It's actually a requirement that you leave during the winter at least once and go to Hawaii or Mexico.
I've heard that, warm weather climbs. My former teammate Martin Sather, I played with for a number of years, won a national championship with, is native of Fairbanks, and I believe his parents go to Hawaii every year. He often joins them there. So, Franey.
Got to tell everybody that Franny's about the nicest guy we met here. Just super friendly with everybody, super supportive. What a club Denver has.
What a clutch shot there. Rips the guard, leaves actually their own stone on the button, almost edge to edge. Really great rock by Franey. Brundage is going to still go to work. Brundage with last rock. Siggins missing an opportunity to score 2 in the last end, but does have the lead. Brundage will ask Rittenauer to make this double peel. Rittenauer in men's play typically plays lead, so usually, I know when I played lead for a number of years, exciting John to come in at second and throw a bunch of hits.
Yeah.
Well executed, makes the double peel, rolls to a corner guard.
I played lead. I started as a lead. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
So tell me about your curling journey, John. When did you start playing?
I started in 2008. Buddy and I decided we would come out, and his wife and eventually my wife joined me. We were doing a dinner lead together, and now our wives don't curl with us at all because they didn't like us yelling at them.
Do they still curl at all, or just
They
not
don't.
with you?
They really don't.
They enjoy the social side of curling?
They do.
Yeah.
My wife is extremely supportive. I was on the board for almost 7 years. I was club president. And we had kind of a trial. We lost ice-making capabilities in 2014,
Right.
2015. And COVID hit during my time on the board.
Fun time to be a club president.
Yeah.
I'm excited. In this role, I've met so many curlers that started, say, from 06 and later. I come from a family of lifetime curlers, but I'm always really excited to meet people like you, jump into the game, and then jump into leadership roles and builder roles. So,
Yep.
So great to hear that.
We have so many new members that, eventually you got to move out of the lead position and try to do something else. And now I'm one of those skips that everybody hates.
Now you're the veteran skip that the league conveners have to be careful about putting new curlers with.
Right.
No, I don't think you'd be that at all. the brief amount we've spoken. But so Hagenbaugh hits and rolls out. Siggins will probably use this corner guard, try to play for a force here. Good game so far. Seen a lot of good games all week, a lot of close finishes. Even teams that finished towards the bottom of their pool were in close games all week, so it's been exciting to be here.
Interesting to watch Siggins because he has such a great draw game, but he likes to take risks.
Yeah, he does play fairly aggressive, that's true. Trying to sort of choke off this corner guard here, so needs this in front of the tee line. The mistake here is deep. It's going to slip just a fraction too far, and now there's an opportunity for Brundage to bring that corner guard into play. What's your favorite position, John? I know you skipped this week. Is that your favorite spot?
I love skipping, but I think I'm probably a more natural third. It's tough. It can be a little lonely to be skipped sometimes.
Yeah.
I think lead is the hardest position. It doesn't get enough credit for how difficult it is. You're kind of out there on an island those first two shots.
Yeah, I played lead for a number of years at the higher levels, and it's a bit of a mind bender sometimes because you're expected to make every shot, and you should because you throw a lot of similar shots, but you have to really find the right mindset. This could be good if there gets shot here, and she does. Buried behind the corner guard. Great throw there by Bella Hagenbaugh. Fully buried, maybe just a fraction showing. Let's see if we can hear what Mike Siggins has to say.
I don't like the run because it's too easy to jam. Then you're throwing the pretty. But you can also pick it. It could also go right here. Yeah, I think you're just going right here. And he just sits two over here. That's fine. Then if he doesn't go deep enough, it leaves you the double. If he ever shorts it and misses it, you've got the. What does the freeze accomplish though? If you go here, he goes over there. You have this on your second. But I'm asking to set up a double if he puts it in a bad spot. No. But you'll have this on your second. Like it's.
If you don't like the freeze, I think.
What else? I'm just talking this up. Yeah. What else are you gonna do?
All the way.
Pick it out. I don't.
It's really
take a look from the half. I don't think you can see as much.
Are you in? What are we throwing?
So maybe not all on the same page there, John. I like the run myself. I think it accomplishes the same thing that they're talking about. The freeze, you're saying, well, make the freeze and then hope Jed leaves his stone in a chance where you have to make a crosshouse double. Not easy. Even if you miss the run here, you're at most giving up two. So, and the run doesn't look particularly hard.
This enables you to at least get rid of this one.
So we'll disagree here, John. Who are we to talk, though? Siggins is in the final, and we're sitting here. So. They're going to call a timeout and talk about that. I think that's a good idea.
If you're throwing, I don't like not getting shot. That's fine. If you're throwing the run, I think if you're trying to hit it, I think you're throwing the run.
That's a good timeout.
Their coach, Brett Curry, will make his way out to the ice. I think this was a good timeout. We'll see what Brett has to say. Coaches at this event behind the glass.
I don't know. I like any of this. I don't think I like the threes because they're just going to sit too slow.
So all these issues started with a great shot by Bella Hagenbaugh. There we see it. They continue to not love the run. I don't quite understand why they're not giving it more consideration, John.
Yeah, 12.
I'm a run guy.
12 and a half.
Does 12 move it out?
I think you can do it. Okay, 12. You guys okay with that?
And Mike clearly isn't in love with the freeze, so you might like to give him a shot he feels a little better about.
We still have a minute over time. That was our travel time.
Okay. Well, if we don't need to use it.
I know.
But just watch the line. Like, make sure you can't just like pick the red. 'Cause
We
then
have
it's
to
like
hit it thick, right? Like a mixed doubles.
a third.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be third. So
Okay,
just
and you
watch
want the broom just here?
just on the side.
Okay, 12.
I think it's
Wait for the roll, right? This way.
Weldon makes her way down. We'll see what shot they call. It sounds like maybe they audible to the run. John, what do you
I
think?
think that's a good call.
We'll see what they're doing, though. I'm not entirely sure. Brianna Weldon. No, they're not playing the run. They might actually be playing a quiet pick on this stone. I think I heard them say 12 and a half hog to hog, John, maybe. Mike Siggins, first shot. Fifth end, not an easy one. It's close, though. Can they work it over enough? They're trying. Oh, and a great shot to move it to mission accomplished, I think. They're now shot in the back. Doesn't
High
remove it.
pressure at this point.
Yeah, it was a great shot under the circumstances. Didn't quite get enough to move it fully out. Now Brundage will try to replicate what his third Hagenbaugh just did and bring one around that corner guard.
14-16.
Whatever the case, John, I think it was a good discussion that Team Siggins had to settle on a shot that he felt more comfortable throwing.
Indeed.
Over in the bronze medal game, the adjacent sheet, it's 3-1, 3-2 in favor of Andy McDonald. She made a great shot in 4 to get 2. Jed Brundage, his first shot, fifth end.
Mine's really good. Well tight. Stay close. Tight. Stay close. Close.
Rittenauer calling out T as the weight. Now it looks from that reaction like it might be a bit more than T, John.
Looks heavy.
Starting to walk over. He can maybe get to the... No, this is going to be heavy. It will be shot, but bounces off.
You threw it like this is the same broom. Here.
Siggins will put the broom down. Weldon indicating it was the same broom as on his last shot. He'd like to get to nose here, or probably even just hit and roll over a half a rock or so. What's your favorite shot to throw, John?
I like the bump raise.
The bump
I'm
raise?
a promotion guy.
Promoter.
I can find myself in a lot of tricky spots here.
John Siegel, relentless promoter. On the ice and off.
That's right.
Siggins, his last shot, fifth end.
That's clean. Go ahead, Claire. Straight. 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 Hard. Straight arm.
Working this hard to get by the guard. Siggins calling Franny for everything. That's Rock's curling hard, though. And that will bounce off. And Brundage now with a shot for 3. I think that's why I like that run so much better, John.
I agree.
Siggins now with an outturn hit to score 3 and take or Brundage with an outturn hit to score 3 and take somewhat of a stranglehold on the game. This would be the first crooked number.
Control. Seems like a lot. It's definitely not a lot. Okay, then I like it.
Big shot. Jed Brundage hit for 3 to take a 4-2 lead. Looks good. Now just for line, just cleaning it up. So that'll be a hit and stick. Brundage takes 3 here in the fifth end. They'll have a 4-2 lead when we come back with the 6th end.
Line's really tight.
We're back, 6th end action here. 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours Nationals. I'm joined by John Siegel from the Team Alaska here at the event. John from Anchorage. Thanks for joining me, John.
Thank you.
And we are chatting in between ends about the fact that Anchorage in recent years hasn't had quite as much representation at national championships. Jessica Schultz skipped a team of the 2020 Club Nationals to a silver medal finish. But probably have seen more players at national championships from Fairbanks. Probably owing as much to anything the fact they have a bigger facility and can accommodate more curlers, probably.
It's a great club up there. We want to give props to Fairbanks because it's had a huge sort of an impact on the development. As I said earlier, we have a lot of under 5 players, and once you take your first trip to Fairbanks and you see what the ice can be and what a clubhouse can be and what the competition can be, it resets you when you come back to Anchorage and allows you to set new goals and really ups your competition if that's what you're into.
Give this East Coast guy some further sense of the geography, though. When you go to Fairbanks, what's that, a 6-hour drive?
It's a 6-hour drive north from Anchorage. You're passing beyond Denali National Park on the Parks Highway, and you're coming into the deep interior mining country of Alaska, rivers and spruce trees, and bitter cold in the winter, and in the summer quite hot, forest fires. So you're swinging from negative 40, negative 50 in the winter, in the heart of winter, to plus 80, plus 90 in the summer.
What a country. I can travel to a bunch of major cities in about an hour and a half where I live, and you have 6-hour drives through the wilderness. So great. Well, one of the things I love about our national championships, and one of the reasons it's been such a privilege to attend them this year, been at all of them, we'll be at 5 and Under Nationals next week in Hibbing, our last event of the championship season. But one of the things I love is the opportunity it gives me to meet people from around the country. And I think it's a great part of curling and a great reason to compete, to play in national events.
That's right. I brought along about $100 worth of Anchorage Curling Club pins and had no trouble getting rid of them this week.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that curling can be a force for good, and I think it's the value of bringing Americans together at national championships is not to be underestimated.
Yep, I think we made a lot of new friends, and we'll have some folks joining us maybe for our spring Fur Rondy or our end of season spring spiel in Anchorage next year. I'm confident. It's a bucket list place to go.
For sure. So Brundage with a 4-2
really want to
lead.
guard this red one. So basically just split the center line. Yep.
He weighed the idea of trying to just get a fraction inside of the red with a hit, but he's going to play the straight guard. He wants to guard the red stone. Winner of this will be Team USA at the World Mixed Curling Championship run by the World Curling Federation each fall. I don't think it's been officially announced, but my instinct is it will be back in Aberdeen, Scotland. I won't speak on behalf of the World Curling Federation, but that's my instinct right now. So,
what's Aberdeen like?
Well, I think it's a great facility. It's a fairly large club, and they've hosted the mixed before. I think maybe at least 2 years before. So, much like we're trying to find hosts for more than 1 year, World Curling Federation doing the same thing. So,
I've got like a sliver. Well, if you do
this
it's
club
not horrible
will host.
either. Do you ever double peel the yellows?
Yeah. Or rip the guard, or we run this
I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I like that. You like the tab?
I think we could probably stick it.
Rip?
So trailing 4-2. Siggins not liking the situation. Will play this double peel on Franey's first.
Whoa, clear.
Sounds like he may have set that back a bit. Doesn't want to hit it too thin. Actually, a pretty good result.
Yep. Whoa.
Does leave a centerline guard, John, but moves his own into the rings.
That's why I like the run back.
Well, Brundage
no,
now
not
would
super
like
great.
to hit. Dead nose isn't terrible, he's thinking.
No, because then they just hit and roll this way.
Yeah. No, I like. Why don't we just peel it out?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Good thought process there from Brundage. He looked at the hit and
They still have
stick,
to deal with this.
Right.
and then realizing that that would give Siggins his own chance to hit and roll behind the corner guard. Rittenauer. Hagenbaugh with a brush down.
Yep.
Need to hit and roll to the wing. It's close.
Yep. Go. Okay.
Well done. Almost even. So the double's tough.
Is there a double?
Does he blow it up here?
No.
Is
Okay.
there a double on the center one?
No, this can. Yeah, we're probably getting forced. I mean, this is the only way we would do it.
I think that's it, right?
Okay.
Either way.
Can we get the roll under?
We're losing the shooter.
Yeah.
You don't want to roll for a corner?
No, I don't want to cover this.
What kind of weight you like?
We're getting forced right now. If we cover this, we're definitely getting forced.
Normal?
This at least keeps the blank alive if we kill the shooter.
Yeah. 9.
So good thinking there, I think, John, from Mike Siggins. At this point in the end, the blank might be the best possible outcome for this team. Even though they're trailing 4-2, getting forced here isn't a great result.
Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Franey might have been a little tight here. See where this goes.
Push.
Not the shot they drew up, but not a terrible result, John.
Can't see how far up that outside stone is sitting. Can we have a double?
Stop it.
No, it's a little tight.
I think the big thing was they moved that stone off out of the 4-foot, but now Brundage
Don't really
will
want to be deeper
ask
than that, though.
Hagenbaugh to replace it.
Yeah, we're sitting 2. That's good.
Hagenbaugh.
Okay. Go then. Go then. Make it better than that.
Clean. Line
Okay.
size. Clean.
It's not good.
This looks light and it's going to crash on the guard. So here's Siggins' get out of jail card now.
Now the double maybe is in play.
Double or even the hit and roll onto that behind the corner. Or just go right around.
You could play this, but I think this is easier.
Well, they're going through the options.
There's no way he can't kill it. Okay, that's fine. Like it just sits right here. He can just hit. So it's gotta be at least a rock and a half above the tee line.
So John, they talked through the hit and roll and settled on this come around. While we're watching this, John, who are the other members of your team, your Alaska team here this week?
Yeah, our lead is Becca Mazer, and she's been playing for about 5 years.
Sean,
And she's
how is
played
you?
out of position, so we thank her for that. Our second is Kirk Miller, also been playing about 5 years. Unfortunately, we're going to lose him to Indiana this year. He's moving back to Indiana.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Men's team in the past.
Good shot.
And we got Courtney Miklos from Fairbanks throwing third, and she and I curl together once in a while. We've done doubles together. She's got a steady draw. I like to curl.
Good weight.
So the weight was close, but certainly available for Brundage. So hats off to your young team for qualifying here. Now, I guess
Now we know.
Your
Now we
second,
know.
Eric, is he going to be joining the Circle City or the Fort Wayne curling clubs?
He's looking at both.
Both Fort Wayne, a great facility started by Craig Fisher. Craig's someone I will undoubtedly connect you with, John, as you move closer into building. He's a great resource for clubs making the move from into a new facility. And
how many sheets is that one again?
They have 4 in Fort Wayne. They've actually done it twice. They built a 3-sheet club in a warehouse and then moved it to a 4-sheet club, which is sort of amazing. And Circle City has 3 sheets in Anderson, Indiana. I was there for their grand opening, and they're growing nicely. So Hagenbaugh hits and sticks. Siggins really needs to get under this guard. We'll ask Blasky to do it.
Okay, still tons of room. Okay.
It's hanging out.
I think we're going by. Yep.
Got some curling to do. I don't think it's going to hit and roll under. Will it be enough to move that rock out? No, that will leave Brundage still lying 2. Now, let's listen in as Jed weighs his options here. I think he'll be quick to play that.
Just biting.
Because it's got to curl a bunch afterwards.
So there's the call. Wants to be behind the guards, just biting the forefoot. He doesn't want to leave Siggins that flat double where he could stuff it and end up right behind the guards, John.
That's right.
I like this. It's just back 4 weight.
Just biting.
Back 4, back 8, yeah. Straight nose it.
So Brundage has been all Brundage since the break.
I like right here. You got it.
I wish I could hear what they're saying on the ice. I don't have the headphones. Are they using clean language out there?
Yeah, so far so good. We have the current USA curling policy on that is be an adult.
Yeah.
Just we can accept that we're all humans and emotions will come into play. Just don't be a loose cannon about it. This looks heavy though. This is not close. That will slide deep, if not through. Back 12. So Siggins, who's been chasing since the break.
No, that's minimum.
He'll try this in-turn draw, though certainly an opportunity to generate 2 with his 2 stones. Brundage would like to have that one back, I'm sure, John.
Indeed. It's hard, being a skip.
The skipping game is hard. So when I was playing seriously, I always said that there are a handful of top skips at the highest levels, and if you're not a skip like me, you try to have all other aspects of the game make a top skip want to play with you. That's always just. As my skills diminished, I became better at team architecture.
Yeah, it's important. It's an important thing. I talk about it all the time in the Anchorage Club. Why don't these 2 curl together?
Yeah.
They get along great.
I think it's straight.
Now they need to get by the guard. Line looks really good. Now it's a question of weight.
Gotta grab. Looks heavy.
It's close. It's going to dig in. Just bite the button. Great spot for Siggins. Don't know if it. No, and it's dead buried. Great shot by Siggins. Brundage weighing a.
Looking to sacrifice his own stone for the takeout here. Huh?
He's going to play off his own. The risk here is if he ever hits it thin, peels out his own, I think he leaves Siggins a shot for 3. Relatively easy one. So hits it thick, great. He hits and rolls over. But if he ever hits it too thin, Siggins hits the back yellow to lie 3. Big shot here for Brundage. The other option, of course, would be to freeze just on top of that Siggins stone and make the 2 difficult, but he's going to play this one. They're debating it. Never want to give a 3 back, and they're going to call a timeout.
It's another good timeout.
It's almost like they heard me, John.
That's right. That's right. Maybe I can give a shout out to the Anchorage Curling Club, Fairbanks Curling Club, Fairbanks Curling Foundation, and the Anchorage Curling Foundation for helping us get here. It's not inexpensive to put one of these things together, and so a lot of support from our clubs up in Alaska.
Great to hear.
We've also got people watching us from all over, and we really appreciate the support we've been hearing from those guys, including about half my high school baseball team in South Carolina.
So the two options are either this or this.
I like this.
So Brundage talks through the two options here.
If I don't make it, he's hitting that for 3.
I mean, I think you go pro side a little thicker and then you just roll higher.
If I don't, what if I hit here?
Yeah,
and
we
hit that?
and then we make it for him. I think the safer is the draw.
We're up by 2. It's the 6th end.
Because even if we end up here, he's got it's really difficult for him to make.
He can't get 3.
He can't get 3 then.
Okay.
It'd be a draw for 2. But if we go here, we could force him 1, which is actually not bad. We could even go here. Go for a shot and make a shot at it.
Jeff. What do you like?
There.
Okay, it's either hit or draw. You like draw?
I like the draw. It's safer.
May?
Okay.
I agree. I think it's safer.
So Rittenauer weighed in at the front end position with a, John, I know you can't hear, you don't have the headphones on, but he weighed in to say the draw. And Brundage brought up the fact that if he missed this hit on his own, he was giving 3 right back. I think it's important here. If Brundage only gives up 2 even, and there's a good chance he makes a good one here and makes it really tough for Siggins to score more than 1. Even giving up 2, he's still in control of the game. Gives up 3, and he's handed it right back.
Did he call the corner freeze?
Yeah, I think they've elected to play the corner freeze on the red with the thought that if it does start to run a little heavy, they could probably try to bury half of it in the back of the forefoot. But not so worried about being shot, but does want to be second shot after this is thrown. And make the shot for 2 that Siggins would have difficult. Brundage, his last shot, 6th end, he's up 4-2. Rittenauer saying they're already at 2-8. Can they get by? Now it's digging in, though. Now they got to get it there. Rittenauer not happy with himself. Left that short. But still, I think it's only a draw for 2 for Siggins. He's going to have a look at that to see if there's anything for 3. I don't think there is, John.
Nope. But he's a risk taker. I don't think his third's going to allow it.
I don't think there's any shot there for 3. If you really needed it, maybe you would try the thin triple. But yeah, that would be draw for 2. Gives him a chance here. Just threw it. But whether Brundage missed or not, I think that was definitely the smarter call.
He's got room to work with. Touching forward.
Mike Siggins, last shot, 6th end, hoping to score 2.
All yours, sweepers. Line's super good. No backing. Okay.
A little heavy.
Sweepers haven't put a brush to this one.
We don't have the right. We don't have it.
This looks like it's going to sail by.
Hard, every inch, go.
And that will be just 1 for Siggins. So Brundage escapes a bit there, only giving up 1. We'll be back in just a moment with the 7th end at the 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours Nationals.
Do you like this, or do you like a little bump here? Freeze on it again?
Just do it the same thing.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. If we get a little bump, that's not the worst.
throw the three first.
We're back. 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours Nationals. Brundage versus Siggins. Siggins just scored 1 in the last end.
It clears. Line's good now. Okay, hold it right off then.
So Brundage up 4-3 with Hammer, playing 7. Bit of an escape artist. I'm joined here for this end by Greg Jorgensen from the Detroit Curling Club. And Greg, you were here skipping your Michigan team. How'd the week go for you?
It was a slow start for us. We started out 0-3, and then we won our last 2. And I was told the guys, if you're going to go 2-3, that's the way to do it, right? Finish on a strong note, keep everybody positive coming back next year. But we had a great time. Like the event has been awesome. The Denver Curling Club has put on such a good event. The ice has been excellent, like just really, really good, solid ice, consistent throughout the whole week, and it's been an awesome time.
I spent a fair amount of time behind the glass talking to the parents of your second, whose name escapes me.
Alex Rich.
Alex Rich.
Yeah, we got really lucky when we found out it was we qualified here in Denver to come to Denver. I didn't even know Alex's parents have retired here to about half an hour from the club, and they have treated us like royalty this time. You know, they found a place for us to stay. They gave us one of their cars, so we didn't have the expense of that, and cooked food for us. And they've been the best fans that I've ever had at an event. They came down. They've been here for every game. They're here for the finals now. They were here for the semifinals when we weren't playing. They just really have taken to the sport, and it's been fun having fans.
Yeah, it's fun to talk to them. They're new to it, and we had a lot of good. They're also lived for a long time in the New York area, so we talked about that. They're out here now, and great people, and it was fun to watch them become fans of the game as the week progressed, and even begin to question some of your strategy at times, Greg.
Yeah, I went back and watched. We were only on the featured sheet one time, and I went back and they weren't the only ones questioning some of my strategy throughout the week. So, but that's okay. That's part of the fun.
I always love when new fans get into the strategy of the game. It's kind of fun. Hagenbaugh with her second stone here.
So we were fortunate to play Jed during our round robin pool. And man, what a great team they were. You can tell they've really meshed as a team, and you got to be impressed with the ladies on the team. Two juniors who have just come out and taken to the sport and really play at such a high level at such a young age. It was really, really. It wasn't the best game for us. We had a real kind of lousy game that game. We knew we were a little bit outmanned in that game, outgunned in that game, and took a big gamble early that didn't pay off and chased the rest of the way. But what a great team they were to play, and what fun guys to talk to after the game and get to know them a little bit, which is really the best part of coming to an event like this, is getting to meet some of the other teams from the other parts of the country.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier with John Siegel from Alaska. One of my favorite parts of coming to national championships in my role, not as a player this year, but has been to meet people from all over the country. So Brundage lies 1, Franey now trying to wrap one around. Like to get to the inside here. Set up the angle.
Nice shot. Well played shot.
Well done. Moves the Brundage stone a bit. We'll see if I think Jed will ask Cam Rittenauer to go to work on these rocks out front.
And this is what a strength for Brundage's team, right? Being able to throw hit weight, clear rocks, really at all positions, just have that skill, and it probably never feels like he gets into a spot where he doesn't have an opportunity to clear it up and give himself a shot at the end.
Rittenauer mainly a lead on the men's circuit, but playing well at second here. Let's see what kind of action they get.
Really good, Cam.
That's about as good as he could do there, I think, Greg.
Cleared it all up, removed from the center, all 3 stones, moved his shooter out to the side, just perfect.
So Brundage, as we mentioned earlier, runners-up in this event last year, losing to Caitlin Pooley in the final. Hoping to do one better this year, and right now in position to do so. Up 1 with the hammer, playing 7.
All right, 2's fine.
Normal? What way? Normal. You like here? Sure. Yes!
Franey now trying to rebuild some things here. Somebody's asked if we will be streaming the 5 and Under Nationals. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. The Hibbing Club is not set up for streaming. As I've said before in town halls and in other webcasts at USA Curling, we we want to stream as many events as resources allow. So we've partnered with Curling Stadium, but those resources allow us to do men's, women's, mixed doubles, and junior men's and women's nationals. We'd love to do more in the future, but right now we can't bring every event. Here at Denver, we've been fortunate. The Denver Curling Club has this setup, which allows us to bring you this game. Might be another donor cause in the future, Greg, streaming. I know there's probably people who would support efforts to do that.
Yeah, it's been such a change. I've been around the game for a little bit of time now. I started in Detroit in 2001, and just to see the use of technology come up. I've been out of curling. I took 4 years off from curling. I moved to California for work, and it just wasn't logistically feasible to play. Moved to North Carolina for work, and was really lucky to hook up with a couple from the Triangle Curling Club and joined for part of their season down there. And man, Triangle, what a great club Triangle was. And just the technology. I came back after those years and saw the cameras and the streaming and all that. It just brings the accessibility, and you can watch your friends play when they go to an event like this. It's really cool.
Yep, go ahead,
yeah,
Sean.
Triangle, one of the more technologically advanced facilities, and a great club there in North Carolina. I always enjoy my time there. And yeah, they're fortunate to have a lot of people there who work in the tech industry. So whether we're streaming or not, I know Hibbing will put on a great show for us and provide a great experience for that 5 and under nationals. Like I said, we'd love to stream everything. I know people want us to stream everything, and we'd love to do it, but it does involve dollars. So as we go forward, long-term planning, we'd love to have every event streamed. So Hagenbaugh will make the peel. Pretty routine end right now for Brundage.
I think both teams are probably happy to play a little bit clean, make sure somebody doesn't put a big crooked number up and make the last end, out of reach. So they'll probably play a little conservative and take their chances here.
Siggins at some point will have a choice to make. He doesn't want to give up 2. So he'll have a decision to make whether he wants to be down 2 with last rock, try to get a force. Brundage, of course, would be thrilled with a blank if he can find a way to make that happen.
This line's going to be a lot tighter. Okay, yep, go then. Whoa, straight, got to go straight. Okay, keep it straight.
On it early. It looks like might curl a little bit too much here.
Whoa.
Not too bad.
Gonna over curl though and expose the back red. Now we'll see what Jed thinks. He's gonna survey it.
You like peeling that again, or we do this now? Their next play is here. Let's just peel.
2 options discussed: the peel or making the play on the red stone in the rings. Settled on the peel. Bella Hagenbaugh.
Nicely executed.
Well done.
Just what the skip asked for.
Now Siggins indicating he's going to try to wrap around this stagger. I like this call.
Yeah, me too. With them staggered like that, it makes the run back real tough, and then it forces Jed into a tough choice as you try to throw one down in there, risk not making it, and putting 3 into play for Siggins.
So Brundage, even giving up 1 is not a terrible scenario here for him. He'd love to blank. I don't think the blank might be tough now.
Yeah.
Championship ice, that rock in the top of the 12-foot, half in the 8-foot is a guard. How much of an adjustment was the ice? Well, let's let Siggins throw this first. Siggins, his first shot, 7th end.
Mine's really good.
Early call as the weight's all there. Weldon likes the line.
Still gotta work.
Must be close. They wanted to go a little bit.
Looks really close. Now it's a question of whether it will dig in. I think it will.
There they go.
Looks close to being really good.
It's going to be really nice. It's going to cut right at the end. Nicely done.
Well done by Mike Siggins.
Half open in the back, but a pretty well-placed rock. You asked about the adjustment. Speed here was really good. Speed was fast. It was a bit of an adjustment for us. Our speed in Detroit isn't quite this fast. And this is a little bit more swingy than what we're used to in Detroit, but there's ample time to come out with the pre-event practice and throws between games. There was enough time to adjust. And again, the ice was so consistent. once you got it down, you kind of knew where you were.
Yeah, it's been a great surface, and appreciate both Dave Falco and his efforts before we arrived, and then Sean Olson, Lauren Rich, Jeff Schliemann, and their efforts as they got here, and all the others from the club who've helped with the ice this week. Brundage thinks he can hit and roll open, force Siggins to try the same shot again, and if he misses, bring maybe a dagger into this game.
Close. Close. Oh, curl. Curl.
Now Rittenauer is going to try to work it over.
Hard curl. Hard.
Starting to carve, quiet wait. Can he get it over enough?
All the way, all the way. Roll.
Now, will they roll far enough?
I think you just try and make this.
Well done by Brundage.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Each shot we throw here, the pressure's just ramping up too, and they're making it look easy right now.
Here, right? Okay. You like that broom? Okay.
Siggins with a nervy one here. He's going to try to hit and roll under. He could take on the draw like he just did, but that would bring 3 into play and really put the game out of reach.
Yep.
So he'll play this hit, hoping to hit and roll under, be shot in the back. Mike Siggins, last shot, 7th end.
Close. Yes.
Called him on early.
Yep.
Close, now it's starting to move.
No roll.
And there it is, it'll roll too far. It just jumped on them. They were off it early. Now Brundage with the draw for 2. Big shot here, though. Needs to touch the 8-foot for 2. So this would be one of the 2 outcomes that Brundage was looking for, either a blank or 2 or more. Certainly 2 will put him in a comfortable position.
Yeah, I think if you told him he'd be up 3, playing the 8th, he'd probably take that all day.
Jed Brundage, draw for 2, 7th end.
Mighty. Whoa. Mighty. Just clean. Just clean. Make sure we're lighting it.
Rittenauer with the brush down. Now they're starting to work on it.
Oh, take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Mighty.
They must like it.
Must be close. Now they're right off it, though. This rock's skating maybe a little more than they like. Should dig in that slide path, though. That'll be a score of 2 for Jed Brundage. Make the score 6-3 as we head to the 8th and possibly final end. Greg Jorgensen from Detroit Curling Club, thanks for joining us. And
Thanks,
congrats
Dean.
on a nice week.
Yeah, thanks you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We're back here, 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours National Championship game. Jed Brundage with a 6-3 lead over Mike Siggins as we play the 8th and possibly final end. Siggins will have hammer in this game, and I'm joined by one to finish this off with a Denver Curling Club member, and I'm here with one of the youngest and smartest, Lila Farwell. Welcome to the webcast.
Thank you for having me.
I had a good conversation with you, Lila, about junior curling, and you're a 14-year-old curler.
Mhm.
And what did you play in this year?
This year I qualified for U18 Nationals. My team finished 5th, just missing playoffs. But next year I'm hopeful that we'll medal.
And how long have you been curling, Lila?
This is my 4th year.
4th year, very nice.
Yeah.
You've been here all week. Have you learned things this week watching this play?
I'm sure I have, but it takes a second for that to set in. Actually, I mean, I know this, but don't let the house get clogged up when you have hammer and it's the last end.
There you go. That's a good overall strategy and philosophy. Siggins here will try to put up a corner guard. He's got some work to do. He needs a 3 here to tie the game. What's the biggest last end you've ever been a part of, Lila?
Against Sophia Royarchuk, U18s, current gold medalist.
Yeah.
We were down 5-1 after the fourth round break, but somehow we managed to be down 2 in the last end with hammer. So that was pretty cool. Didn't end up making the last shot, but
Did you have a shot for the win?
we did draw to the 8-foot, but stuff happens.
It does. It's a cruel game sometimes. You're young, so you'll learn that over time, Lila. You'll learn how hard this sport is. But stay positive for now at 14. It's all positive. Have you played up against the Hagenbos? I guess you did at U18s?
Yep. Played them at U18s and a U21 qualifier. Really fun girls to play with. Against.
Against or with, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
One of the best things about...
with.
Oh, yeah, you're playing with them in the Youth Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Oh, terrific. One of my favorite things about curling, as you'll learn as you get older, some of my best friends in curling are people I've actually only played against, never played with. So...
Then you don't know them as well.
Yeah, well, actually, you can get to know them really well, and then they never annoy you because they're not teammates. So, you know, they become good friends, or you end up not playing against people and then playing with them eventually. Franey and Siggins are trying to figure out how to position a stone here.
Yeah.
What do you like here, Lila?
Well, because I think that
putting you on the spot.
I probably throw the double corner, or I freeze. Or I put up the second corner on that left side, probably.
I think those are the options they're working their way through. Let's listen in to Sean and
pretty hard one.
Mike.
It's a pretty hard one.
So they've elected to play the high guard after some conversation. What position do you play, Lila?
I play vice.
Vice, so this is one of the scarier shots for a lead. You're trying to get it just over the hog line.
But Bree will make it because she's Bree.
How heavy is it? Yeah, try to go here.
Brianne Weldon. Of course, both these players, Sean and Brianna, probably work with you as a coach, correct?
Yeah. Bree's our main coach, and then Sean is our team official. Both awesome people.
Great people and instrumental to the junior program here at the Denver Curling Club. Well, they won't get the high guard, but they do guard those 2 stones that belong to Brundage that are actually helping Siggins at the moment. It's going to need Siggins will need rocks in play in order to score 3. Cam Rittenhauer now trying to draw around with the outturn.
Hard, Philip. Hard.
It's tight for line. Can they get it by? It's line and weight now.
Go, never off it,
Going to just chop off. Not a bad result. So the Youth Olympic Games 4-person play down is going to be here. And then we're still actually
What about the intern?
searching or talking to a number of clubs about a site for the mixed doubles Youth Olympic Games play down.
That hole is not
Excited
there.
for that.
This hole is a rock wide.
Okay. Nice shot, Ray. I mean, even if I tip the other one, it's fine, right?
Well, it just leaves a triple. Like they're all grouped.
I think I just don't think you have a lot of options.
No, good shot.
Just higher.
Whatever you see, Mike.
We gotta try to get here.
Hey. Do you want to come this way? We've been coming this way.
So the intern that Franey liked first, Siggins pointing out it's really basically a rock wide. So they're going to play this outturn draw. Probably could have also looked at the red tap and try to move things around, create a little better scenario in there. But now they'll play the outturn draw. So we try to be impartial in the booth, Lila, but I'm going to guess you're hoping for Siggins here since your 2 coaches are on that team.
That's fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
Perfectly. Oh, you don't know.
I mean, seeing 2 juniors.
Do you want to
go
have
to
coaches
Worlds-
next year,
Well, this is true. Seeing 2 juniors go to the Worlds would be awesome, but also Bree and Sean.
Then they can't play
Bree and
anything.
Sean.
Especially guarding the red.
Yeah.
So
I mean, right now, this It's really tough for them to do anything right now. They're running out of rocks, too. I don't mind a long one. I don't mind a long one.
So, Brundage, this usually the scenario where you would be starting to rip guards, but he's looking at the collection of rocks he has and feeling better about guarding here. It's always a tricky call, Lila. Do you start to try to peel things out, or do you really just try to make it difficult for your opponents?
Way out.
I mean, at this point, you're up 3, and maybe the last end, I'd probably, any rock and play is helping Siggins, so I would probably like to rip guards, but it also depends on what he wants to throw with his last, and if he just wants to keep piling things in the house.
Yeah, I think his thought process is there's the tap now. This is something I thought they could have considered on their last one. Move that in. It doesn't even have to be perfect. It's just creating problems for them right now. Get it into the rings. Suddenly you'll have 2 lurking in the rings.
Just a down weight shot here.
Franey trying this tap and promote his own. This is a John Siegel from Alaska shot who just told us he's a fan of the promotes when he curls. Raises are tougher on championship ice because that's why come-arounds are usually easier. Someone just brought me a beer, Lila. I don't think that's for you. So, in fact, I know it's not for you. It's I'll save that for post-award ceremony.
What do you like?
Pretty good result there for Siggins. All of a sudden now.
That top red one in the house, do we all count the back one?
How do you freeze to it?
Come in this way? Yeah, right there?
No.
Do we all count the back one then?
We're not doing that.
Okay. Got 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, what about this?
I think electing the Pilly guards what I would call here.
Brundage may be wishing it could go in the time machine and play that
We just throw a guard.
peel earlier.
Okay, right on the center line then.
Well, they're going to guard again, so they're into a little situation, Lila, where you can end up sort of guarding for your life here, but
yeah.
They do have 2 in a good spot. But Siggins has 2 stones lurking in the rings. He's looking to score 3 to tie the game. Hagenbach.
Rube. Got a curl. Start to bite now. Yeah, curl it. Right to the center line.
Where? Got a curl. Got a curl.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
You're good. Good job.
Good throw from Bella.
Closes it up, but still leaves this red stone available for Siggins.
I think it's right on the nose with control.
There's a chance for him here, Lila, to lie 2, 3, and 4. That the stone belonging to Brundage.
Okay.
Very lonely.
Yeah, just a hair. I'd like to try and leave something.
I think you're throwing this with a bit of weight. You could also consider this with quieter weight. Make sure you leave your stones around. You could play this with controller board. See what they play here. Well, it's not big weight. 10 hog to hog. This rock's curling a bit. Can Franey hold it? It's close to good. It is good.
That's it.
There it is, and lined up on that yellow. Now, trouble for Brundage.
Uh-huh.
Angles all in Siggins'
Angle's
favor.
really bad for us right now.
As Brundage reflects on, angles really bad for
Please
them.
guard it.
Whew.
Well, we don't have much else.
I'm nervous about guarding.
But at this point, what else are you going to do?
No.
Kind of back yourself into the corner.
Well, you could also try to draw a
Nope.
lie second shot with the outturn. That's another option. Freeze to that way back one. But all of a sudden, there's a 3 or even more in play here for Siggins. Hagenbach, in-turn guard.
Okay, one's fine. Just a line shot. Okay, well then. Line's fine. Whoa.
Like this just over.
It's a little deep.
Don't need it too deep, and certainly don't need it to over curl.
That's up. It's fine.
Does the job, closes it down, but certainly an end with far more rocks in play than I was imagining, Lila.
Me too.
We need to
That red almost lines up, but doesn't quite.
The stagger makes it a little hard too, of the yellows.
Siggins will try to make a double peel here.
Yep. Hard.
Lasky trying the double peel. She might get. Oh. So what was almost good actually ends up bad for Siggins. Now that angle that they had is gone. So the angle was close to picking it, but losing that angle,
I think we just guarded.
I'm sure has Brundage breathing a sigh of relief. It's now 2 shots to get to that yellow. Yeah, right now they can't get to it, as Rittenauer is saying. Let's hear what they think.
I don't think they do. Because I think no matter where they hit it. Okay. Here.
Brundage will guard again. Boy, that was unlucky for Siggins to change where that rock ended up. It was lined up perfectly. They just whiskered it, and now it's behind 2 staggered redstones. Team Brundage throwing a lot more guards than I would have expected here in a game when they're up 3. Jed needs another one here.
Who's fine? Don't touch.
Don't want to change that red angle either. Wow, this rock has a lot of curling to do.
It's really got to move. Now push. Yep.
Now can Rittenauer work it over? He's going to try to work it over. Took a long time to get there.
Well, it's in the way now.
Let's hear what Mike Siggins thinks as he talks it over with Brianne Weldon.
Well, I have to throw at least control to get to that hole.
No, I don't think so. Because it's so straight on the side. Okay.
That one's showing pretty straight.
Like here. Yep.
Yeah, you got it. Line through the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first thought was this.
Like you're an 8, so not too much.
That was mine. That was the angle I was looking at because it comes off the back of the yellow.
120.
Both teams without a lot of time, but enough.
Okay. I don't know that we do it, but we gotta do something, guys.
Both teams have used their timeout. Siggins will have just under a minute for his last one. Brundage will have
Back line.
minute 47 for his last one. So trying to throw this, I think, with back line, they're saying. I think the thought is if they can leave Siggins with some kind of shot to possibly score 3 or even 4. Won't be shot after this.
Yes! Whoa! Yes!
Siggins has got to get by the yellow guard. Looks like he's through the hole. Oh, but he pushes it out, but still leaves himself lying 2, 3, and 4.
Not a bad setup.
Now Brundage is going to have something a little nervier than he would have liked because there is a shot there for 4 right now.
Pretty short run, too.
So where were we?
If I'm Jed Brundage, I'm hoping to lie 2 after this. I think he might be guarding. I think if he lies 2, I think then wow.
And I don't even hate trying to hit one of those reds, so at worst they have the tie.
Whew, I don't know here. I mean, yeah, tough. So Brundage playing the guard. He could just draw and lie 2 and probably win the game, but we'll see what he does here. He's trying to throw the guard, hoping to leave Siggins without a shot to score 3 or even 4. Brundage, his last shot, 8th end. He's up by 3.
One's fine. One's fine. Gotta curl a little bit.
Certainly don't want to open this up.
Push if we're coming down.
Uh-oh.
Got some moving to do.
Push! Push!
Tricky guard.
Forward!
Don't want to open it up too much.
No! Do not touch it.
Ooh,
hot.
and he gets.
This? You're okay. Which one are we doing, guys? Yeah, you're good. I thought it was.
What does Siggins have? I get. You know,
I
he,
need that center line yellow.
he's going to play the wide one here. He could pro yellow, try to just feather his own red, hope he loses the yellow and sticks for 3. I don't know what. Oh, I see. He's going to play the red straight back, angle the other red over for 3. Siggins, last shot, trying a tough one to score 3 and tie the game.
Yep.
Needs to hit this almost dead nose. It's close. It's close. Really close.
Oh.
Oh! The crowd goes crazy here behind, but that'll be a score of 1 for Brundage. Make the final score 7-3, Jed Brundage over Mike Siggins. Brundage avenges his loss in the final. Last year, his team, Bella Hagenbaugh, Cam Rittenauer, and May Hagenbaugh are your 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours National Champions. Lila, thanks so much for joining me for the last end.
Of course,
And
thanks for having me.
thanks to everyone here at the Denver Curling Club for everything they've done this week. We'll hang with you just for a sec maybe to see what happens in that bronze medal game. I don't think we can get a look at it, but we can at least tell you about it. I guess they're in an extra end, though. Boy, bonus coverage here. So Siggins, tough loss for them there. Here's the bronze medal game. We're in the
Extra? Yeah. Blank the 8th. No?
We're actually only in the 7th end here. Is that right? 9th end. I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't see 7 there. Okay. 9th extra end game tied. This is Team Stolt out of Minnesota against Team McDonald representing Mopac with Ella Fleming and Zach Brendan from North Dakota and Feldman also from Mopac out of the Wine Country Curling Club. Both of these teams won their pool play, Stolt and McDonald. There's cheers for the teams as they come off the ice. Teams Brundage, Team Siggins. Definitely an entertaining final, Lila. And I think we'll see an entertaining extra end here for the bronze medal game. You're sticking with us, Lila. You can't leave now.
Well, yeah. All the airtime I can get.
Team McDonald second, Ella Fleming. Had a good conversation with her father, Craig Fleming, earlier this week here.
Throwing that freeze.
Maureen Stolt and Pete Stolt have won the USA Curling Mixed Doubles Nationals, I believe, in 2013. So not strangers to national championships.
Okay. So just short, top 4 or top 8?
Cheers for both the finalists coming into the warm room area here. Evan Jensen second for Team Stolt. So we've got first time Mixed Fours national champions, Team Brundage. Now we'll see who captures the bronze here.
Where are they at?
They're half on the button.
And just this.
Yeah. But we come this way.
Annie McDonald and her team skipped by her father, Patrick McDonald.
Yeah, I think we come that way.
We go this way. Even if we sit.
Team Stolt, coached by Jason Pereira. Ella Fleming.
Ready?
Out the line. Now the line's a little tight. McDonald with a brush down. Or, I'm sorry, Feldman with the brush down.
Just a hair heavy.
A little heavier. Line got a little tighter. They brushed it. I emailed the young Feldman's mother, Katie Feldman, who I know from the Arena Nationals and the Wine Country Curling Club.
So I don't know. We blast eventually.
Time?
Looks like Pete Stolt will call a timeout here.
Tough double to not lose.
I know we only lose one, so they make the draw and
Yeah,
we're
and
chasing.
there's possible worst case damage.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not against it. I'm just kind of keeping it jumped up now. Hi guys. What do you think, Coach?
Hi. We made some pretty nice guards up the front.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So-
I mean, it's not going to be easy to clear it. So do we just not let them get shot?
It's kind of nice. That's my instinct is to go right over there that first round.
And they make the double.
Yeah, I don't want to give them something to come off of.
Pro side.
We have to get the center.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Pro side. Can they come this way and tap it though? We can't guard both sides.
If we can split the center around.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Feels
come
like
in,
a lot of
if you
rocks
come
to
right
come.
here,
Exactly.
What would they want? They want us to come in. Don't we just peel? Take one?
We can keep it. We can.
And then we peel again.
How aggressive do you want to be? I don't mind the peel.
Yeah, I mean, it feels probably not bad because then,
Because we're getting in trouble,
you know,
right?
Yeah.
if they try to get shot on the next shot, we single peel, then we single peel again. It's pretty open. So.
Yeah. So the peel's an easy call. It's
Yeah.
just, again, how aggressive do you want to get?
Yeah, it feels
Because they
probably
want
call.
us to junk it up
Just
to have
make
a
sure we
chance
have
to
something.
steal,
Yeah.
right?
Keep it on.
So,
Yep. So go peel.
okay, yeah, through. Thanks, Coach.
Make it. Make it.
Stolt with last rock here in the extra end will elect to peel.
This is Evan.
Still you, Evan.
You like this call, Lila?
Well, they don't have hammer, so probably I like that. Yeah.
Well, actually, it's hard to tell
Or
from the
they
board,
do
but I
have
think
hammer.
Stolt has hammers, so they're
Yeah,
going to
excuse
peel
me.
it out.
Yeah, that's probably what I would call, again, keeping it open when
Does
you
it
do
make
have
sense to
hammer.
go for this one
Always
or
a
we
good
just keep the
plan.
high one?
Let's get the high one.
Okay.
They'll peel the high guard, or Evan Jensen will be asked to peel the high guard.
All right.
Probably just good enough. You don't want to
Here.
take away the
This
4-foot
way.
path.
Yeah, like that.
I'd love to
I've been
maybe get
holding
that
here.
just a hair further out, but
'Kay.
probably good enough. McDonald will try to freeze down on this stone. She'll ask Zach Brendan to throw this stop. The freeze. Brendan competed U18 or U18 and U21?
And same with Ella Fleming.
Yes. This rock looks heavy. It's going to chap off. We'll push it to the back.
Not a bad shot.
Not a terrible result. Not the freeze they wanted, but trouble is now Stolt has an opportunity here to peel this guard and leave himself something open on his last.
All those rocks in the back house are a little concerning if you're trying to remove something on your last, though.
Yeah, of course, if you're McDonald, you like to be playing in front of the tee, though, when you're trying to steal. But first, Marine Stolt will need to make this peel. Roden puts the brush down. That will work. Peel successfully made, and Andy McDonald will signal for a timeout. They'll bring out their coach. Patrick McDonald, Brian Feldman, Ella Fleming, Zach Brendan, and Annie McDonald will have a little conversation here with Patrick McDonald. We'll listen in if we can.
We could move, yeah. It'd be a little, depending on where things landed, but yeah.
So you don't like top button?
No, top button would be
No, no,
this.
yeah, I don't like that.
It's got to be touching this.
It's either here or the guard.
inside of this, honestly, because if they rip, it'll stuff.
I like the
So right
inside.
here's
Yeah, right.
fine.
Corner freezing it.
Corner freezing it is good.
Do you like that?
Yeah,
Here
what do you
comes
like?
Patrick McDonald.
Guard.
You like sheer?
We like here.
I don't mind that. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I like right here, center line.
Just off
Just
the.
on the center
Yeah.
line.
Yep, just off.
Right there.
Right on the nose or just off right where it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if they can't really go after it because it's going to jam on everything.
Right, exactly. So if it doesn't curl, this is okay. Not great,
Yep.
but okay.
Freeze right, lock right on
But
top.
right this one.
Yeah, we come down with
What do they do? They just.
Okay,
They're gonna
okay,
try
I've
to
been
freeze.
holding outside of 8 foot. Do I take 8 foot? Because
So one option, Lila, they haven't discussed is putting up another centerline guard. Put up a centerline guard is one option here and hope for a miss or a nose hit, and then use that centerline guard in your last.
Yeah, it's got to be that way.
Yep.
If they come
Might be tempted to throw one more centerline guard and then freeze on the last. Or I guess Brendan still has one more, but definitely in that case, definitely then throw maybe one more centerline guard. The freeze will always be available. I think, Lila. I think the trouble playing the freeze now is it gives Stolt a chance to blast.
Yeah, remove some of those rocks in the back house. Not
okay, here's the broom.
Ideal for McDonald then.
So two options, freeze or the centerline guard. They're going to play the freeze. Zach Brendan's last stone here in the 9th end, extra end bronze medal game.
Whoa. Let it work. It's gotta work.
Rushes
a lot,
down.
guys. Ooh. Ooh. Only curl. Curl. Gotta curl. Gotta curl. Gotta get here. Gotta
Weight's
go.
all there. They think now it's starting to dig in a bit. 9th end might get a little fudgy in here.
Just keep going. Just keep
They
going.
want to stay on the high side of it.
What a nice shot.
Good shot, but it does give Stolt an opportunity to really hammer all these.
And you even have that in off, and you have the catcher as well.
Doesn't mind if he loses some of his own at the back. Just throw this peel or firm. Maureen Stolt. Uh-oh. Sounds like that might have been a little wide. It looks wide. So it goes by everything and now leaves McDonald lying one on the button. Lila.
Yep. I might just elect to throw something like top 12. Maybe not exactly down to it. So give them something to look at.
I really love a guard here.
I agree.
They're debating the freeze, but the freeze just leaves Stolt the opportunity to blast.
And then it's an easier double too.
I think I would play a tight guard, not even into the 8 foot or the 12 foot, but I think they've elected to play top 8, top 12.
It's always light there.
Then I think you'll see Stolt try to run that in.
One more forward line, Benny. No, I'd rather be showing this side. Yeah, because then it's more jam.
They have the opportunity now. One right on the lid.
Okay, Cutco. Really?
Stolt could come off the red stone that's just biting the 4 foot, but it's pretty flat.
Mm-hmm.
Annie McDonald, her first stone in the extra end bronze medal game.
Where? Where? Hey, I'm
We're on
okay
it
with the
early.
three, but it's got to curl. It's got to curl. It's got to curl. It's always got to curl.
Fleming and Feldman trying to make it work over just a little bit. How deep are they going to bring it?
Pretty
Into
good
the
spot.
8 foot. I think we will see Stolt take a run at this double or even a triple if he can get all the reds moving. Looks to me, Lila, like maybe just dead nose.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And the red spills out, maybe catching that one on the biting forefoot.
Yeah, you might get all 3 reds moving.
Yeah. But number one priority, just get that top one or the one in the top 8 out of the way.
Well, and you'd like to move the one on the button, right? Even if you don't
Mhm.
move it out, at least give yourself a chance to score by moving it.
For sure.
You got it.
Pete Stolt, president of the St. Paul Curling Club this past season. I think his term's just ending. Stolt, his first shot in the extra end. Ball is firm. They haven't touched it yet. This might be floating a bit too. Might get it over the top. Oh, and gets a little bit fortunate. Gets it over the top. Gets the rock off the button. That was objective A. But yeah, McDonald can put one just half in the forefoot, Lila, and make it tough.
Yeah.
Force Stolt to draw for the win.
Of course, and then make sure you can't nose for the one either.
Exactly.
Where do you like
Basically
the
the
ice?
same shot Andy just
Right here?
threw, a couple more feet.
Right here?
Exactly right.
Probably with the sweepers
Pretty
can
much, yeah.
manage.
It's got to work out of my hand, though.
As I said earlier, both teams won their pools in this pool play at the Mixed Fours Nationals and then lost their semifinal games. Both hoping to get out of here with a bronze medal. Annie McDonald. Andy out of the Coyotes Curling Club in Arizona.
They're going.
Wade looks pretty close.
Sure
if they can
does.
get it deep enough. How deep can they get it?
Really gotta go.
Gotta go for top 4.
Just make that draw harder.
Does shut off the draw path ever so slightly. We'll see if Stolt likes the hit or the draw for the win.
Rolls like this always get tricky. Because
Looks-
if you knows that you might not be shot.
Yeah, I think anywhere high side, he won't. The Stolt McDonald wins. So Stolt needs to be nose or a hair low. Certainly the draw is available as well, full 4-foot draw, but Stolt likes the out-turn hit. Last shot, bronze medal game, 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours National Championship. Pete Stolt looking to score one and take home the bronze. Now they're on and off. They need a small roll. They look like, I think it must be close. Must be close. It looks like it's good, and that's the hit. and stick for 1. So make this final score a win for Stolt by 1 over Andy McDonald. They win 5-4. Pete Stolt and his team of Maureen Stolt, Evan Jensen, and Kim Roden are the 2023 USA Curling Mixed Fours bronze medalists. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Lila.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me. There's the hardware I'll be leaving to give out right now. And thanks to our team here at the Denver Curling Club for the web stream. Much appreciated. Enjoy the opportunity. And thanks to everybody at the Denver Curling Club for all the work they put in this week. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thank
you. Try not to knock everything out.